What's up, guys? This is Kyle. We are back with the Walking Together podcast. Say what's up, y'all.
Hey.
Yo.
Oh, man. We know it's been a while, but we're glad to be back and excited for 2024 and what it has in store for us. So if you don't know, there have been a few changes as far as staff goes. I will actually no longer be leading music on Sunday mornings, and instead I will have my full attention on Access Media. So that means a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline as far as video, audio formats. And one of the things that I'm excited about this year is, in a sort, starting a gathering network. So we've had 3 podcasts that have been going on for a little while. We've had the Sermons podcast, we've had the Gathering in the Word podcast, we've had this podcast, Walking Together. But we're going to be adding a few more in the new year. Right now, the main one that's confirmed is the Gathering Men podcast. It'll be not just gathering-related stuff. It'll be interviews. It'll be all kind of other stuff, and Nick can tell you a little bit more about that maybe on another episode.
Yeah.
Okay. But we'll also be having other podcasts, 2 women joining in and doing a podcast, Chrissy McGeorge and Colleen Allen. They'll be talking about a lot of different stuff. They're both cancer survivors, and I'm excited to hear both of their testimonies and their stories and see what they have planned for the new year. But again, kind of starting a network of sorts, gathering network of podcasts and media. Really excited about that. But let's talk a little bit about the Walking Together podcast. Nick, who's going to be on it this year?
Yeah, so same guys plus some extra guys. Kyle, myself, Nick, Jordan, Jared, and Michael will be on the Walking Together podcast. Normally, most of the time when we do it on 5th Fridays, we'll be interviewing somebody and just getting not only their testimony, but kind of what God's doing in their life right now and just how they're walking in faith. And yeah.
Cool.
Right on. And so we're going to be talking about what you guys want us to talk about. And so what that means is we need some feedback. We need y'all to email at podcasts@gatheringsurfcity.com and shoot us a line on what you'd like us to talk about. And, it could be anything. Don't be afraid. If you got tough questions, we'll try, see what we can do, and, we'll talk about it.
If you got questions about the Bible, questions about daily life, stuff that you read.
We're not doctors, so we can't, answer questions about,
Or lawyers. We can't give legal advice either.
Or financial.
Yeah. Definitely don't ask me.
If you want to know how to get in a credit card debt. Anyway. So when are we doing this thing, Kyle?
So we'll actually be recording on 1st and 3rd Fridays, but we will be releasing episodes on 2nd and 4th. And like you just heard Nick say, we will be doing special interviews, recording on 5th Fridays. Don't know when we'll actually release those yet. Need to make a plan for that. But you can always expect an episode to release on 2nd and 4th Fridays.
Cool.
So, does anybody want to know why we're doing the podcast?
Yeah, what do you like walking together? Are we just gonna go for a stroll over the bridge and walk together, or what? I don't really like walking.
I think metaphorically, yeah. So a lot of times when somebody needs to talk, I do a lot better when I just go for a walk with somebody and talk. But if you go back to the whole reason we even started this podcast was, the Gathering's mission statement, so to speak, is love God, live Jesus, and walk together. And that walking together part just means being in unity and kind of in harmony with each other, and just that whole iron sharpens iron piece of, two's better than one. And when we go together, we can go further, and we can be better than if we are alone. And So not only are we walking together just as brothers in Christ, but we're walking together with you and just trying to, a lot of times on Sunday when the word's being taught, these illustrations or analogies will be given and you'll have questions, but there's not really a format just to stop and raise your hand and stop everything and say, hey, what are you talking about? Or what does this mean? And so that's part of the feedback of like, if you got any questions about the Bible, about life, about parenting and marriage, how to be a man, the way God calls you to be, or any of those things that come up, things you struggle with, we'd love to get your feedback and answer those things. And that's kind of the figuratively what walking together looks like, and kind of why we started this was just to come together as brothers in Christ and walk some of these things out, because not only is it a blessing to us, but we hope it's a blessing to y'all, and just seeing that people go through things that you can relate to, and just because we have the title of pastors doesn't mean we have everything figured out and that we don't walk in the same way,
Right.
And through the same things that people who don't have the title pastor has.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So same mission statement, same goals, just refreshed after our little break. But last thing I wanted to talk about, guys, was where you can find us. So the Walking Together podcast, you can go to the Gathering website, which is gatheringsurfcity.com. If you want to go directly to the podcast, you can go to gatheringsurfcity.com/WTP, stands for Walking Together Podcast. Otherwise, you can search Walking Together Podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and there's tons of other places that you can find it. But the main hub for everything will be on the Gathering website, gatheringsurfcity.com/WTP. Well, guys, we did it.
Yay.
First episode of 2024.
We're back.
We're back.
Yay.
And we're out.
We're out. All right, y'all. We will see you next time. Later.